everybody. It's the weekend kickoff with me, Mike Schwartz.
And me, Patrick Reynolds.
And me, Chris Young.
And we're here to give you everything that's going on this weekend in Boquete, as well as the whole week. What's going on, Patrick?
Well, you know what? For me, right now, I'm without internet, so I'm wondering what I could do for entertainment this weekend.
Well, that's a wonderful thing that you came here because we have an entire list of musical events that you could attend, compiled by our own Rick Dunn, who is away on assignment today.
Oh, yes.
Not with us.
I hope he's okay. You gave him the flak vest, right?
Yes. No, he's fine. He's fine. He's just unable to be with us today, but we'll be reading that list. And Chris, what's going on with you?
Another day in this rainy, wonderful paradise. Just getting ready for some holidays, and I got a new snow machine.
More holidays.
New snow machine.
Yeah, snow machine. That's great. I came here to get away from the snow, and you bring a machine here to follow me like the... I don't know. Why would you do that?
I know it's the sick humor in me, I guess.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, he's twisted.
You should rent out some skis.
But don't give him ideas.
Yeah. And that was the voice of our first guest in studio, Mateo Moreno. Let's hear it for him.
Hey, Mateo, what's up? What's happening?
Mateo is a Renaissance man, I would say. Mateo, tell us about yourself a little bit.
Well, I've been living here in Boquete about, I would say, 11 to 12 years. I lost count now.
11 or 12 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Originally from Argentina, raised in Southern California.
Yes.
Right on.
Went back to Argentina, came here, loved the place, and just stayed.
Wow. So you've been here for a long haul in Boquete.
Sir. I've seen a lot of changes.
And I met you. You were kind of I know you did boxing or training and also rapping. You're a rapper.
Well, I guess you could say I do music, but as a hobby. That's more of a
music
hobby.
As a hobby. Okay, well, that's
fine.
fine.
I could pursue it, but
you are a Renaissance man. You do way more than that. You do art. You do tattoos. You do. Tell us what you're doing in town.
Yeah.
Well, my main profession. My main thing, which I can do with my eyes closed, is art and tattoos. I've been doing that since
Mateo, first thing, I don't think you should do the tattoos with your eyes closed, okay? I don't have any tattoos, but just, from my common sense says, do it with your eyes open.
Well, the last guy I tattooed with my eye closed, he wasn't too happy.
Was it because of the tattoo or where it ended up?
I just didn't know what I was doing, I guess. I was missing the mark.
I wanted an eagle, not a beagle, man.
Well, it looks kind of, if you can imagine two wings.
All right, put wings on it.
Yeah.
I put the wings on the beagle ears.
The flying beagle.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I noticed you've got a little bit of ink on you there. Did you do all that yourself, or did other people do that?
Well, I did a couple where I can reach and see. Mostly, I got tattoos done in California, in Argentina, here in Panama, and in Nicaragua. So I got a collection of different artists, people. In my beginning stages, a lot of experimental tattoos as well. And I've tattooed myself.
You could actually tattoo yourself. I thought that might not, kind of like a lawyer, like you don't represent yourself. Like maybe
I don't know, man. Lawyers are more talented, I would say.
Remember that scene from Rambo where he stitched up his own big wound?
Oh,
yeah, it's something like that.
Just
a little bit, yeah.
But I'll tell you, man, you can tattoo yourself in certain areas where you can see and where it's comfortable. You don't have to put yourself in a yoga position. But the toughest challenge of tattooing yourself is knowing that the needle is coming, so you know exactly when that needle is going to cut your skin, because it hurts a little bit, right? It stings.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
So your natural reaction is to pull back, and that's the tough part about it.
Are there great tattoo artists all over the world? Is it just like a thing now that?
Yeah, well, the last, I would say, 10 years, the tattoo population, as far as artists, probably doubled or tripled.
Wow.
Everybody and their mom tattoos nowadays.
Everybody
Not everybody's good.
But everybody wants some ink,
Would you find when people get their first tattoo, they're just hooked and they just keep calling you and they're like, give me more?
Most, yes, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of people come into it thinking that it's gonna hurt like hell.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the worst pain they've ever felt. So then after they have the first experience and they realize that it hurts, but not that bad.
Yeah.
Then like eventually they just look at themselves in the mirror and be like, this piece of skin looks kind of empty. And they start coming up with ideas. And then they contact me and, you know, they start going for the second, third, fourth, fifth tattoo.
Wow.
Next thing you know, they got about 20.
Wow.
Illustrated man. Chris, you have any tattoos?
No, I think I'm the only chef in maybe the world that does not have tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a rite of
chef
passage.
thing,
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah, totally a chef thing.
Yeah.
You do got beautiful skin, man. Don't ruin it.
Okay.
What type of lotion do you use?
Puts the lotion on the skin.
He uses grease from the deep fryer.
Canola oil, yeah.
Canola
Exactly.
oil.
A little
For all you listeners out there, now you know what to use, man. You want to stay young like Chris Young.
Is that a line that tattoo artists use? What kind of lotion do you use? Your skin is so soft.
Pickup line.
Yeah.
That's definitely a pickup line.
Right.
Nice.
I could tattoo that easily. It goes in like butter.
Okay, yeah, people who think it's going to hurt a lot, I guess, are people who have never had kidney stones.
You have any tattoos, Patrick?
No.
No.
I heard that
Got
hurts.
three
All three
virgins
of
at the
us.
table. Wow.
All tattoos.
Well, you know, I heard that
All
you
virgins, man.
You can't be
Well,
buried.
tattoo-wise, yeah.
I heard that you can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery if you have tattoos.
Is that right?
That is
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
but I kind of think they're going to make some exceptions because in Israel, tattoo is a huge thing too amongst
Wow.
the younger generation, and so I don't know what they're going to do. They're
Well,
going to have to.
I lived in Pedasi for about a year.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of population, a lot of people from Israel
Yeah.
that live
Huge
there and
Jewish
that visit.
population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've tattooed a lot of them, actually.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
would have days where it was like 5 tattoos per day.
Yeah.
And 3 out of 5 were
Yeah.
from
Well,
Israel.
Did you ever tattoo in Hebrew? Do you do
Yeah.
another language? Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
that'd be cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Many other
You ever?
languages.
You
I don't know
probably.
what I was writing, but
You probably
Yeah.
do a lot of different languages,
yeah.
and you have to research it. And you ever come across like later down the road, you're like, oh man, that guy that I put the Chinese whatever on. It doesn't actually mean what we both thought at the time.
Yeah,
That ever happened?
I always wonder about that, like if it actually says chow mein or something, you know.
You know, I don't know if I've actually written somebody's a menu on somebody, but I have heard cases of people like going to Japan, China,
And then they go,
people,
what is that?
And they have a like a Asian tattoo, and people are like, you have a like sexy broad tattooed on your
Right,
back, man,
no.
or a fried chicken or
no,
something.
no,
like
this
that.
means meditation. No, it doesn't. Sorry.
You just made a powerful enemy of the Yakuza.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And it's a funny thing. Like for example, the Om symbol,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is a Buddhist symbol thing of meditation. I met this Canadian girl. I tattooed her, and she had an Om on her ankle, and she went. I think it might have been Thailand or India. I forgot which one she told me. But there's like a big Buddhist population over there.
Yeah.
And she had to cover it up because they were real offended. They were like to the point where they wanted to beat her up because she had that symbol below the
Oh.
waist.
Oh.
And it's a symbol that has to be
yeah.
elevated.
So
That's
you can
something
have it, but it has to be above your waist.
Exactly.
That's something to know.
Wow.
And I didn't know that
Think
until
of
she
something
told
me.
like that. Yeah.
Well, she could start walking on her hands. That's one thing. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I saw a tattoo once, right? And you and I, the first day we met, I was like, I've always wanted one, but I'd be afraid that down the road I'd regret
I
it.
regret it. Uh-huh.
And I told you an interesting place where you remember that? You remember that? I was like, yeah, I
No,
want to put it
refresh-
here. Do you do that?
refresh
And he's
my
like,
memory.
yeah, we'll talk later. But
We'll talk.
anyway, so I
If it's what I'm thinking, man.
He's like,
Yeah.
hell no.
I saw one, and
I get somebody to do it for you.
and I drew a Sharpie on my. I
Yeah.
drew it, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And I sent it to a friend, and he's like, does that mean something? And I was like, I don't know. It's just like 2 rectangles. And he's like, well, they all mean something. You might want to Google
I
it.
remember. Uh-huh.
So I Google it, and it means something that I'm totally not cool with.
Oh.
And
Is this something you can mention on the air?
it's,
Or?
you know what? I don't want to go there. It's not.
Okay.
I don't judge.
We'll
Other
find out
people
about it
enjoy
later.
it, but
yeah, you have
it's
to
not
be
my-
careful
yeah.
with your choice of tattoos, I
and
think.
Yeah.
judging.
Especially you. think twice.
Yeah.
And then think again.
And then I'll call Uncle Mike and say,
"You're
hey.
very impulsive, Chris. You know, you're very it's like the people that want to put no regrets, and the tattoo artist spells it wrong, and it's like no regrets. You know?
Yeah, there's
okay, maybe
there's
one.
one like that in the movie. I forgot which one, but that's very funny. It's got the no regrets,
right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, but you also do something with pets. Is that correct? You were telling me.
Well, there's a place been open for about 4 or 5 months. I think closer to 5 months.
Yeah.
Petland. It's in Plaza Don Vidal in front of Minsa, the health center. We do dog grooming.
Dog grooming.
Wash. It's a self-wash machine. The owner, Juaneta, she sent that down from the U.S.
Oh, I think I know her. I know. Yes,
so it's a self-wash. You could go in, put in
you
the
go in.
in the
It's
machine.
kind of like a car wash for pets.
dogs?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's got the different cycles, so you have the option regular shampoo, flea or tick shampoo if you want. It's got conditioner, and then you can dry and you dry the
cool.
dog.
Can you get like a wax and that new dog smell afterwards?
We could get the new dog smell. We don't have wax. Gotta look into that, man.
Yeah.
And we do grooming as well.
And
Cool.
it's a process
Dean-
that's like 13 minutes or something, like a car wash. You put in money. And
The machine wash, it's about 13 minutes.
Yeah.
If you got a big dog or a hairy dog and
You
it's
might
gonna
need
take
more.
longer, you just put in.
what about somebody like Chris? If we put Chris in the machine,
Chris doesn't have enough hair. He tries to grow facial hair, and it just
with
doesn't
Chris,
work.
it'll probably take about 2-3 minutes to wash.
Okay. All right.
But do you
The dry
remember?
might take longer.
Remember when Chris brought his dog in? That big.
Yeah, hey, when you
Giant
buy your
Commodore.
dog, man, you know, like that was my first time dealing with that type of dog, and that's a hairy dog. And then I did my research, and I realized that those dogs can take hours to dry.
Yeah.
We were like 2-3 hours trying to dry them, something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of dog?
So
It
that
was a
was gonna
Commodore.
take forever.
Do you know what that is?
I've never heard
don't
of a
know what that
Commodore.
is.
Man,
It's a
it's
Hungarian
beautiful
sheepdog.
It's a,
They kill bears.
Oh, do they?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah,
That's,
they
that's
have
a lot
like
of dogs.
thin
That's what I look
dreads,
for in a dog.
long thing. It looks like a walking carpet, man.
Really?
Yeah,
Really? Wow.
There's a
that's-
photo.
How bizarre.
he's beautiful. Though.
You got your
oh, wow!
Oh, I've seen those dogs.
It looks like a mop with 4 legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had one of those.
Yep.
Yeah?
Wow.
Still have him?
Yeah. Kind of.
Kind of.
I have he doesn't like my other 2 dogs,
Oh,
Oh.
so he stays with a friend.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, and he's so big that he can grab the other dogs and use them as chew toys if he wants.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Now you guys can see why it took so long to dry, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that could take a day to dry. I
I
think.
mean, you'd have to take him to a real car wash where they have to do
Yeah.
Or throw them in an industrial dryer, man. You might get dizzy though.
My friend Mike Hill, you know Mike Hill, has
yes,
a
we do.
huge dog. What kind of dog is that?
It's a Great Dane, I believe.
Great Dane, yes.
I've watched those there too.
Friendliest dog, huge head. He puts his head in your lap. Sometimes the big dogs, you know, people are afraid of them because they're so
yeah,
big, but
Yeah.
but they're the friendliest, warmest dogs.
That's true, man.
So-
They're the ones that drool the most too.
And drool, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
This dog not only drooled, I think, I don't know.
The world's
You left
biggest
the wet
lap
spot.
dog.
We'll save
Didn't
that for the
pee my
next
pants.
episode, the nighttime episode.
Nighttime, yeah.
The 11 o'clock show. Right.
So, Mateo Moreno here. You've like 11, 12 years, something like that.
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've seen Boquete change throughout the
I'm
years.
sure.
you know.
What do you love about Boquete?
Definitely the weather.
Yeah.
No crime. That's always cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And as an artist, like a lot of people don't really like the rainy season. The only reason I don't like the rainy season is because I always get my socks wet, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
As an artist, like for example, I feel like a productive day sometimes is just locking myself in and drawing, coming up with ideas, sketch, designs, painting. So that's one of the things that I can definitely do here. And I got
Cool.
nice views to get inspired.
Beautiful views if you love nature and mountains. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, do you live up the hill?
Clouds.
Yeah, right now I'm living near past Tap Out, past Mesa Azul, a little bit up the hill.
Oh, yeah.
So I have this nice little balcony, and I set up a chair there, nice little bamboo plant, hanging plant,
Right.
and I just sit there and I have a beautiful view of, I can see down to the cemetery, Alto Boquete, so that view is great.
I got a great
Great.
view of the dollar store.
Yeah.
I can
Right
see
up.
the dollar store too from
Yeah,
there too.
yeah.
Well, let me remind everybody our number if you want to call in, talk to anybody here. 6795-1323, 6795-1323. This is the weekend kickoff. We're going to be talking about more things you can do on the weekend. Here on Radio Chiriquí 103.3, the weekend kickoff. And I wanna thank you, Mateo, for coming out and joining us.
Thank you, Mateo.
Thank you very much for inviting me, guys.
You're an asset to Boquete.
Thank you.
Positive spirit.
Indeed. Yeah.
And
good day to have.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the invitation as well.
Yeah.
Great vibes, like always, man.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah.
and,
if I may,
sure.
I would like to invite everybody to come get your dog wash at Petland. Yeah. I'm doing the boxing classes at the Haven, so if you guys anybody want to train, get in shape, or learn some boxing, you want to beat up your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend.
I think you should just say
their new boyfriend.
Just mention the training. Just mention the training.
So we're doing classes. I got Tuesday at 8 a.m., Wednesday 6 p.m., and Thursday at 8 a.m. as well.
Right, cool.
And that's at the Haven?
That's at the Haven.
Okay, is that must be on the Haven website or something?
Yeah, they have it.
Learn
on the
more
website.
about.
They have different programs. They have yoga, a lot of different things going on. So
a lot of cool stuff happening over there now.
So you're like a one-stop shop for training, boxing training, tattoos,
and body
pet
art,
care,
and art. Yes,
all
sir.
that.
Get your
all
dog
that
washed while you're getting a tattoo right after you get your boxing lesson.
Right.
Yeah, well, we'll put
Give
up
your
the punching
pet a
bag by the
tattoo,
machine. And if you guys want to look me up for the tattoos, my Instagram is Tupac Tattoo.
Okay.
TUPACTATU. And my phone number, just so you can contact me and set up the appointment, is 6755-2188. So
6755-2188. If you want to contact Mateo for a tattoo, or you just want to talk to him about boxing or
anything in general.
Anything in general.
I'm pretty open.
He can talk to you in English or Spanish.
Yes,
Portuguese?
It's a wonderful thing.
No, not yet, man.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I tried learning German once, but it was way hard. I did it during the lockdown.
A lot of throat clearing in that language, you know?
Yeah, I think my
very
pronunciation would be
guttural.
fine, but the problem for me was absorbing the words. So like as soon as the lockdown finished, I didn't keep practicing, and then I forgot all my German. All I can say is 9.
9. Ach, du lieber. I can't believe it.
Nine.
Right.
Okay.
Bratwurst, that's a...
And bratwurst,
Bratwurst.
Schnitzel.
That's the only German Chris Young knows.
Two prettiest words in the German language.
Food related
Yeah,
words.
exactly.
Hey, speaking of a lot, we got a lot of cool stuff today, don't we?
We do have a lot of, but let's thank you,
Thanks, Mateo.
Thank you, guys.
Moreno.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
Great job. Thank you for coming by, and
Thanks, brother.
I'm sure we'll see you in the future. You know,
Appreciate the invitation, guys.
been here for over 10 years, so I'm sure we'll talk to you again sometime.
I hope to come back, man.
Yeah, all right. Thank you,
Cool.
Mateo Moreno.
All right.
Next time I'll do the
In-house.
rap song. Next time I'm gonna write one.
Okay,
I
next
gotta
time.
censor
Gotta
myself.
be
You
on
know?
your.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we have you lined up for another visit.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Do a visit. You don't have to
Cool.
wash a pet when you come here. Just do a.
No, I'll bring a clean one.
Yeah.
There you go. We like clean pets.
All right, Mateo Moreno. Thank you very
All right,
much
man,
for
thanks.
stopping by. And let's see, we got a couple of minutes. So how about we check out the the lineup, courtesy of Rick Dunn, the lineup of music events. And take it away, Chris.
All right, I'm going to try to do as good as I can. I know I don't have that sexy
Southern drawl.
Southern draw, but let's see what we got. For Friday, November 11th through Thursday, November 17th, Friday at 6, we got Frank and the Fly present Frank Zappa covers the original music at Mike's Global Grill. Get ready for some psychedelic delights, Boquete's own. Frank Dr. Chow Chandik reunites with Milwaukee legend Paul Fly Lawson. Friday, 4 to 7, Marcus and friends at the Stone Cabins Terrace. I'm sorry, Marcus. That's not Mark Us.
Mark Us there.
That K threw me off there. Marcus and friends at the Stone Cabins Terrace in the back of Casa Vieja Restaurant. Friday, 9 p.m. to midnight, Boquete Brewing Company featuring the only, take a guess. Adi, you got it.
Adi.
But no Dario,
No
Emmanuel.
Dario.
Adi and Emmanuel
Okay.
at the Boquete Brewing Company.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm sure with the Boquete Brewing Band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday, 6:30, six-pack band at Stone Cabins in the back of Casa Vieja. Saturday at 8 to 11, Grupo Carre, the salsa band at Tap Out Sports Zone.
Nice. I like some salsa.
That's always some fun.
With my chips.
Saturday, 9 p.m., Arroz con Poroto, AKP. This is a punk band featuring Juan Miguel and Adi, and they're presenting their new disc, Vida Perdida.
Vida Perdida.
Lost Life.
Is that Adi?
Adi
Again?
and Juan.
Adi
Juan
and
is
Juan.
her boyfriend manager.
Oh, Juan. Yeah.
And they do punk music.
Ah, cool.
Yes.
It's about time this town has
Mosh
some good
pit's
punk
going to
music.
be awesome. All right. Saturday at 10 p.m., Los Timidos band. X and the Ricky Boys, Remus and both Rickies from Panama City at Boquete Brewing Company.
Wow, that's going to be spectacular.
That's going to be outrageous.
Sunday noon, Adi Velasquez plays acoustic guitar at Ngadri.
In Gadri.
Ngadri.
So 7 to noon, brunch time. Sunday, 7 p.m., the Cat Band at Segundo Frente, Terraza and Snack Bar across the street from the park at downtown. Monday, 5 to 7, Uncle Scotty Magnacci, the Bald Eagle, at Mike
McConaughey.
I think it's more like McConaughey. Yeah.
McConaughey.
Or
McConaughey
McConaughey.
at the Mike's Global Grill on Music Mondays.
Okay.
All right. Monday, 6 p.m., Manic Jazz Trio at the Rock Restaurant. Wednesday, 4 p.m., the Drum Circle at Stone Cabins Terrace in the
Beat
back.
on something, not somebody. That's
Yes,
what I always say.
yes. And then Thursday, 6 p.m., an evening with Cafe Con Leche.
Oh, no. That's
That's been
changed.
moved.
That's
That's
been
been moved.
changed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's
the 19th now, right?
it's the 19th
Yes.
Saturday night.
Saturday night, 4 p.m.
The 19th.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Wow.
at Mesa Azul. I heard there's an amazing food special that night.
I can't wait
really?
to hear
Yeah,
about it.
Yeah?
A little birdie told me.
Oh,
All right.
cool. All
So-
that and Cafe Con Leche.
And Cafe Con Leche.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, wow.
You know, one night that restaurant did like a $12 steak special.
Yeah.
And Cafe Con Leche played.
Yeah.
And there was the owner of the restaurant was thinking, I don't need we don't need Cafe Con Leche.
Fool.
We'll just do this $12 steak special, and the place will be packed. So we did that, and it was empty. So it turns out it was Cafe Con Leche.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, good job,
You never
guys.
know.
You never know.
Well, yeah. I would prefer to just eat the steak myself than to. I'm in Cafe Con Leche, so I can say that.
Yeah.
So he's looking at me. We have another.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, 2 more. Thursday at 6 p.m., the No Name Band at the Rock. Thursday, 7 p.m., karaoke at Segundo Frente and Snack Bar across the street from the park. So that's our music lineup for the week. Hot off the press, though.
Yes.
The Jazz Fest lineup has been announced.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's something exciting.
So March 17th through the 19th next year.
Yeah.
That'll be St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Yes.
Great bands, Mr. Sip,
Oh, Mr. Sip rocks.
Albert
Yeah.
Castilla.
Castilla. Yeah.
J.P. Soares,
Okay.
Lance Anderson, and Anderson, Genius and Soul.
Oh, yeah. Lance is great.
Sure.
The Matt Wiedinger Trio.
Okay.
Keisha Went.
Okay.
All John Weeks.
John Weeks.
Yes,
yeah.
John Weeks.
Carlos Ubarte. Adam Reach Band.
Oh, nice.
Internet all the way from Switzerland. Right?
Yeah.
Duho. Virgil Kingsley. Jim Vota Band.
Wow.
Charlie Murray.
Murray, I
Murray?
think.
I
Yeah.
think
He's
Well, I
a
don't know.
percussionist.
And the extraordinary MC Bob Applegate.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bob
yes.
Applegate coming
Ever
back to
popular.
be MC again, once
Cool.
again.
So I
That's the
think
only way
John
you get him
Schwartz
off
might
his
be
porch.
calling it. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Mike Schwartz.
John Schwartz. everybody.
John Wolf, sorry, might be calling us in here and just giving a little
Oh, that'd be
5-minute
great.
spiel about the.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I think we're expecting a few phone calls today. Let's see what happens. But once again, if anybody would like to call in, it's 6795 1323 6795 1323. We're here on Radio Chiriquí 103.3. This is the weekend kickoff, and we just gave you so many options to kick off the weekend.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And your week entirely. Have a great week. So we have another guest
in the studio.
So, Chris, tell us about our guest.
This is Dominic Moran.
Hi, Dominic.
And he is also known as Mr. Google.
Mr. Google. Get close to the microphone, Mr. Google.
Hello, and thank you for inviting me along today. Very interesting. I've been standing watching. I do know the two best words in the German language, actually.
What?
And it's not Wiener Schnitzel.
No, it's Departure Lounge.
Well, sounds like a man with experience.
Yes. I spent 2 weeks there one day.
Oh, ba-dum-bum. Okay.
No, I'm English, so we have
a rivalry. More than that.
Yeah,
okay.
It all goes back to...
I don't want to tell you what I am and the rivalry that we have.
Wait,
more than a rivalry. No, not English. Not quite.
Oh, okay.
No,
Although I was born in Jamaica.
Oh, hey, nice.
Hospital.
Oh.
Queens.
Oh.
So it's nice to be back in Cherokee, actually.
Yeah, welcome
I
back.
didn't know it rained here.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
Sometimes.
I thought you were Mr. Google.
I knew that. I knew
What
that.
kind of Google is
There's
that?
no weather on Google. When you dial it up, it's always
Yeah,
nice.
but they know everything on Google.
Oh, well.
So, you know, somebody said, and it may have been you, Patrick, that I mentioned the Google guy that maps Panama with Google for Street View is coming, and was this you? And you said maybe he can get Street View working for us.
Yeah, because we don't really have Street View here.
Oh, you do?
We do now?
Yeah,
We didn't.
We mapped it about 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
In
maybe.
fact, Boquete in the last 12 months has had 600,000 views.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it was probably more than 2 years ago, and I just gave up trying. So.
Okay. Yeah. If you go onto Google Street View, Google Maps, Google Earth,
cool.
You'll be able to look around Boquete.
I can't
and
wait
the
to find my
surrounding areas,
house.
actually.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah. And I'm actually back because.
Oh, we have a caller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our caller.
Sorry, Dominic. You there? Hello, caller.
Who are we expecting?
Mr. Jerry D was going to be calling.
Jerry D. Is this Jerry D?
I hope so. Last time I checked, how you guys?
It is Jerry D.
Oh, wow.
Good. How are you, Jerry?
I'm doing very well. I've been very lazy. I've been having a couple of days off.
Oh, well, you're not off now. You're on the radio, Radio Cherokee 103.3 with Jerry D.
Jerry
Hey,
D
it's
has
lovely to speak to you
the
guys.
breakfast show.
How's everything going? How's your weather?
Oh, it's great.
Dominic brought rain with us.
Do you like rain, Jerry?
I have plenty here. I don't know if you want any of ours.
Well, we have plenty here. If you like rain, you're going to love Boquete.
We're all stocked up.
I think it was
Hey,
the
I tell you, this
rainiest
is a good- this is a
October.
good,
And here, let's
truthful story.
Dominic.
Yesterday we
Mr.
had a lot of
Google,
wind and rain
Do you
in
know
the
anything about the
afternoon.
rain?
And I had just received some overseas checks in an envelope from a friend of mine to process. I've opened up the envelope, and there was a check which was folded. I opened the check, and guess what? There was another check inside which just took off.
Took off.
And it went across to the balcony of my neighbor. It went behind the air conditioning, and I spent about 3/4 of an hour looking on the street. I actually found it.
Wow.
Wow.
Good.
That was an
Did it
exciting
get wet?
afternoon for me.
Did he get wet and dirty, muddy?
Yeah, I hate it when that when that happens, when you get an envelope full of checks.
Yeah, and one gets dirty. And I hope it was a big check, worth chasing after.
Well, it was a U.S. check, so it's definitely worth chasing after because it's probably no good now because it got a bit wet, needless to say. So I'm probably going to have to ask for another one. So it's all really a bit inconvenient. That's what happens when you take a day off.
All right, Jerry, tell us about your show. Where is your show, actually? In Coronado or Panama City?
The show covers Panama City. It goes out on the internet, obviously, and we also upload it onto our website when we finish. So, it's 7 till 10 in the mornings here in Panama City, the breakfast show. And we're now into our 13th and a half year.
Wow, 13 and a half years.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
So you do 5 days a week? Morning
Yeah,
show?
we do 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
Wow, that's super cool.
Great gig.
You know, I used to be Jerry D's Boquete.
Correspondent?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. And then I ran out of cool stories. So after 2 weeks, he said, hey, there's not much more we can talk about in Boquete. So I'm going to go ahead and close this chapter.
Oh, wow.
So he closed all of Boquete because of you, Chris. Thanks a lot.
No. What? Well, maybe so. I don't know.
Jerry, that was your first problem, hooking up with Chris. there were more interesting people. No, Chris, we love you.
Yeah. And, you're a very interesting person, Chris. So.
Yeah. All right. So, Jerry, what else is going on in Panama City?
Well, apart from the rain, no, actually, the sun's starting to come out. Not too much. Things are reasonably quiet. Of course, one of the things we do is cover some of the local news in English as well. So, we sort of seem to be pretty up to date. But of course, the legislature is sort of starting their break for Christmas, so things are going to quieten down a bit, no doubt. But no, all is reasonably good right now, to be quite honest.
Apart from all the gas explosions.
Oh, wait, what?
Gas explosions.
Did you know about this?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry, it's Dominic. I don't know if you knew I was on.
Jerry, Dominic.
I can't hear you too well.
It's Dominic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're a bit distant.
Okay, I was just saying about the gas explosion last week.
Oh gosh, yes, that was terrible. In fact, my wife works in a building just right next to that in Avenida San Juan Luis, and managed to catch her before she got to work, and she turned around and came home. But no, that is quite something. I mean, I'm sure you know all the story about. They had to initially delay their investigations because the floors were cracked through. Those had to be shored up. They let most of the people into to the surrounding buildings now. So it's we're just waiting now for a full investigation. They reckon that could take a little bit of time as to how this came about.
It was a whole building
blew up
Yeah.
from
a gas leak,
like
gas
a propane,
leak.
propane,
No,
or
it was the mains gas.
oh, the main. Oh,
and
it was the building had mains gas, and the thing is, it has to be a tremendous buildup of gas to cause the destruction it did. I mean, I think it was 6 to 9 buildings around it were affected with windows blown out. Looks like there's no sort of structural damage to the other buildings, but the whole. It's lucky. We've got a couple of people in hospital with burns. One of them is still quite serious. Obviously, they were in the vicinity of the explosion, but when you saw the amounts of glass on the street and the damage to the cars, it's so lucky that it wasn't that much worse. I mean, it could have been terrible.
Well, it sounds like it could have been a disaster. Hopefully, it was averted. Jerry, I want to thank you for calling in today. It's a first-time meeting. Maybe we can do some things together. Our 2 radio shows.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What we do, we try to promote
nice.
music events and cultural events in Boquete. And we're connected with a Facebook group called the Boquete Music Calendar, which lists all the music events. So we're very tightly connected to music and musicians. And
anything fun. Really.
Anything fun. Yeah, we're
if
fun.
It's fun, we're about it.
Tattoos
like.
And
and Google.
dog groomers and anything fun. We have a lot of musicians. But we have to move along, so thank you, Jerry, for calling in.
Guys and girls here in the city, what's going on, and get them to hustle down to Boquete.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Okay. So thank you again, Jerry D. from the morning show in Panama City. And we're going to keep talking with Dominic from Google. So, Dominic, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm British, English. I've been in Panama for about 7 years. And I'm a photographer, and I make videos. I have a TV background as well.
Nice.
And I came to live here about 7 years ago. I was taking a lot of 360 images of the country,
right,
and uploading them to Google, which was anybody can do that. You can take a 360 image and upload it to Google Maps. And then Google got in touch and said, did you know that Panama has never been mapped for Google Street View, which I did know because I use it wherever I go in the world. And then they asked me if I wanted to do it. So that about 2 years ago, we started just before the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
And then we had to stop again.
Okay, so tell us how this process works. I'm really kind of interested in this.
So we have a car which is outside there at the moment. It's covered in, and people are going to see it around Boquete for the next couple of days because we're remapping.
Oh.
So they'll see us with the camera on the roof of the car, and we drive along, and the camera is very clever. It's always talking to at least 7 satellites, so they know exactly where the car is.
Wow.
And we're taking a video. And then we upload that video, a 360 video of the entire area, and then we upload that video to Google's servers, and they choose every 5 meters an image.
Oh.
So, and then you can move around. So you could find your house and then move down the street and look at your neighbor's house.
Cool.
If you're looking for if you've never been somewhere before and you want to see what the place looks like before you go.
Yeah.
If you want to see if it looks safe. I used to use it a lot because used to do a lot of business in Latin America.
Right.
So if I was going to a city I didn't know, I'd use Google Street View to see where my hotel was.
Oh, yeah.
If it was close to a park.
Okay, let me back up just a little bit for the, make it a little simpler.
Yeah.
The camera, what I'm a little confused about is the 360 view. Is it a camera that's spinning around, or is it a camera that gets a 360 view all the time?
It's a static camera,
yes.
And it has 4 lenses, which are fisheye lenses.
Anamorphic lenses.
Yeah.
Ah,
and it's a very, very clever camera.
Yes.
And we can actually map now. They keep improving the speed we can go. When I first started, it was 40 kilometers an hour. Now we can map at 80, which I love.
Yeah.
So you could be speeding down a road mapping.
Yeah. It's incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very, very clever.
But you have to go down every single street.
We've done,
don't you?
We've done 5,000 kilometers of Panama now. And
wow.
we get about 1.5 million views a week.
Wow.
From outside of Panama.
So you're now in Boquete, and you're going to map Boquete.
We've already done Boquete, but we're here. We have sponsors, and at the moment it's on the hood of the car. If you look on the Google Maps or Google Street View, you'll see Casa Solution are actually our current sponsor.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
But we have a new sponsor, so we're here remapping, because we can't change the sponsor without remapping the whole area. Plus, it means that every year we get the latest view. So if a new building has gone up, the new little park, the statue that's gone into, that isn't on what we mapped before.
Who's the new sponsor?
It's quite exciting. It's a new online TV channel for people looking at Panama with a view to possibly relocating here.
Oh,
wow.
Cool.
So it's called Panama for Real.
Oh,
okay.
And the idea is that it's a way for people to see Panama as it really is, rather than sometimes the information people get about for relocation is out of date, or it's not right.
Quite accurate sometimes.
Not quite. Sometimes people will tell you that you can live places for less money than you actually can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've seen a lot of people come here and be upset about, like international living. They say, oh, you can live $400 a month.
Yeah. Well, you can, but you have to live in a place that no one wants to live in.
Well, they say you can live in a mansion for $400 and have a chef and a gardener and a maid.
If you are the chef, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Well, there's still no mansion, though. It's a tent, basically.
Dominic, do you live in Boquete now?
No, I live in Panama City.
Panama City.
In fact, the explosion that Jerry was... it was something else. It was a huge explosion. We live in San Francisco, and the explosion was in El Barrio, which is a couple of miles away. Our building shook.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's some explosion.
It was huge.
Yeah.
And how no one was killed is a miracle.
Yeah.
But I've lived there in the city all the time I've been here in Panama. But because we've mapped all of Panama now, I've been everywhere. I decided at the start of the project I wanted to do every single kilometer. I didn't want to send a team, which I could have done, and just do it for us. I went everywhere, and I've been to Yavisa, which is right at the right next to the Darien Gap. It's as far as you can go. It's where the road runs out.
Right.
There's a small town there. You can see Yavisa on Google Street View now.
Wow.
Cool.
In fact, that area is one of the most viewed areas in Panama, funnily enough.
Wow.
Probably by people who are coming across illegally, I would imagine.
Yeah.
and we go as far as the border here with Costa Rica.
To Monkey Island over at Mono Feliz.
We haven't done Monkey Island actually. No, we haven't done Monkey Island. So,
okay.
Where's that?
Well, you go to the border and you take a left and head towards Portamoyes.
Yeah.
And keep going.
And then you just keep going until you run into the ocean, and boom, you're there.
Well,
Punta Barrica.
Punta Barrica, exactly.
We've been to Limon. We've been through
past Limon.
That's close.
Yeah, we've been through that. We went through the oil terminal.
Yeah,
which
PTP.
seemed very odd.
That's a cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up here as well. In fact, the other day on the quads when we were exploring, we almost got arrested for being in an area that we weren't supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we outran the guard.
Yeah. Good.
Can I say that on this? Is that-
Yeah. They're probably listening.
Maybe you shouldn't, but
After
you
he
did
helped
already.
push the quads out
did.
of the mud, we gave him a few
look,
bucks.
I see police pulling up right now.
Dominic,
Go.
let me ask you this: has anybody, I don't know, maybe from the government, or you know, there are no addresses in Panama City, correct?
There are a few.
There are a few.
There are a few. But
I mean,
not
there were
many.
street names, but
We don't have
building
any here.
names. Like when I came here about the same time you did, about 7 years ago, and I had an Airbnb in Panama City. Had a name. I don't remember the name, but had just a name of the building.
You were staying at the Airbnb.
Yeah, I was staying at the Airbnb,
okay.
but I had to drive there, and I rented a car and tried to find this place that had no address. It had, the owner gave me some directions, but I was new in the country. I couldn't find it. I stopped some cab drivers actually, who said they didn't know where it was, but for $10 they would take me there, and I kind of got insulted by that, and I said no, I'll find it. Which took me about 3 hours to find because
I know exactly the problem you had.
Well, they told me that it was near a Farmacia Metro, which happened to be like all over the city. It was near a casino, which is there were a couple of casinos there. So I was kind of in the neighborhood, but it took me about 3 hours to find it. And plus it was dark, and there's a little sign about 8 inches long that's on the building that designated that as the building that I was searching for. So it was very difficult.
It's a little easier now because most businesses now have a Google Maps listing, so you can find them that way.
Oh,
so
well, that's
you
good.
can search in Google Maps and it will show you the location. But we have a new camera coming next year, which the camera we use at the moment is 8K, so it's very good quality. So the images you see are very good quality. But we have a new one coming next year, which is 11K.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Now that is like being there.
Wow.
I've seen some testing they've done because Google give us sort of updates on what's coming. And what that camera does is as you drive along, it reads the signs outside any business, and if it doesn't already have a pin, it makes one for it.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's outrageous.
That's
amazing.
cool, yeah.
So next year, probably the end of next year, because I don't think we'll get the first one. There's one coming into and we with new technology like that, they loan it to you for a certain period of time to do the city that you're in.
Wow.
And then, so we will be doing that probably towards the end of next year.
I am extremely impressed.
Wow, yeah. That's
by
amazing.
this.
It's very clever.
It's kind of scary, actually, really.
Well,
I mean, what
yeah.
else? What
Well,
else
it's
they
good
do?
for you. You're a restaurant owner and you have 3
No,
places.
no, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
But it's also like with just the direction technology, what it can do, and what I
you
wonder
can't
what else it can
hide.
do
You
now.
cannot hide
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, for restaurants, it's going to get even better because they have this whole new immersive view coming. That's the new thing. In a couple of years' time, everywhere will be immersive view.
What does that mean?
Immersive view will be the images. Sorry, I've never been on the radio before. I've been on Jerry's show, but I've never been on the radio.
He can map the entire country,
Yeah.
but he can't remember to speak into the
and
microphone.
I get lost a lot. I've been on the police radio a few times.
Oh, that's always
never
great.
this
Like they're like white male, British. Look out.
yeah. So for restaurants and for any kind of business, it's going to get really interesting. Immersive view will be a mixture of the images that we take, so the 360 images we take in the street, but also satellite view.
Wow.
And I've seen examples, and obviously this is radio. I couldn't show you anything on here, but it takes it to a whole new level. If you see a restaurant, so we will be offering this service in a couple of years' time. we already did a virtual tour for Big Daddy's, for instance,
Yeah.
which is very cool. But that immersive view will mean that if you're looking for a restaurant somewhere to eat, you'll be able to click on their link on their listing on the map, and then you'll be able to almost fly around inside.
Wow.
And then you'll be able to tap on their menu and order from the menu, and Google will have their own bikes to bring the food to you.
Oh
Wow.
my
That's
Lord!
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
And
That is crazy talk right
That's
there.
what-
George Jetson territory.
I know.
yeah. So they're talking about you being able to go into the kitchen, and there'll be a video of the chef cooking the food that you're ordering.
Dominic, I am a total techie dinosaur. You're blowing my mind right now because a year ago, I have a daughter in North Carolina. I went to visit, and we went to one of these hipster brewery places where they have the thing. What is that? The QR
code.
You know, like I'm an old-fashioned guy. I want to see a menu. I want to hold the menu. You know, I want to be able to read it. You know, but no more. You have to scan the QR code and then order. And I don't know. I think there's a lot of dinosaurs like me still around, especially here in Boquete. But it's wonderful. It's great. I mean, I'm amazed. I'm
Well,
really
I think
amazed.
this technology is going to be your asteroid, Mr. Dinosaur.
I know. There's no stopping it. I
Yeah.
still want to pay in cash for everything.
Oh,
you know?
wow. Okay.
There are all these different payment methods
Are you the
now.
one floating the bogus 20s around
No,
town?
don't start.
Okay.
But since we did mention sponsors, we do have to mention Chris Young. Thank you for sponsoring the show.
My
Big
Yes.
Daddy's, a great place to go for the Boom Boom chicken. And anything new on the menu there? Or
Well, we just launched our weekly specials that come out every week. I do want to throw this out there quickly. A lot of times people say, Chris, you really should have, or you should try, or whatever. And I always try to take that feedback, suggestions, and do it. And so, I just put this vegan option on there.
Yes.
That I think is really good. I tasted it. It's sweet potato fries with crunchy black beans. They're cooked. They're
nice.
they're cooked and then made crunchy.
Yeah.
A garlic cream tahini.
Sounds great.
And I've been running it for a week, and I've had so many people say, please, more vegan, more vegan. I've even spent $50 boosting it on Facebook to make sure everybody doesn't miss it.
Okay.
And it's been a week, and I've sold zero. So please help, like
no, you
Get
gotta
in,
go
get
out
your
and
vegan
try
fix,
that,
guys. Get over to
the black bean and what is it?
Sweet potato fry thing.
Fry, black bean, crispy black bean.
If you're a vegan or plant-based, it's healthy, it's delicious. Come try it, please, and give me your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a
Don't get me started, because
chocolate.
I have a feeling that a lot of people, they talk vegan, but they don't order vegan. You know,
Yeah.
like meat eaters, they'll be like, "Give me a steak." They're
Yeah.
like, they're not shy. Vegans are like, "Oh, we have to save the planet."
Well,
I'm sorry.
I can tell
Don't-
you, I've tried to be vegan a couple
Yeah,
of times.
you have.
We've gone, and we're more in a kind of a less meat eating mode. But every so often, I mean, I can't commit 100%.
Can't help yourself.
Yeah.
Every so often, I got to get a pile of bacon in front of me. You know.
I got some new steaks this week
Oh, yeah?
that I sent a couple people that wanted to take part in this little project to try the steaks in the places in town.
Who doesn't? What do you mean a couple of
Well,
people?
I mean, not everybody has the disposable income to spend that type of money.
Oh.
You know, in a week have
I think
5
we should go on
steak dinners.
assignment. We should all go on-
Undercover steak taster.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
we just so you know, Big Daddy's, who I don't, we're not famous for our steaks, but the way we prepared, etc., we're at the top of the list on the T-bone, believe it or not. So
Hey.
I was pretty happy about that.
Well, it's
Well, I would say when back in the days when you did the breakfast thing at Big Daddy's, wasn't that
Yeah.
Big Daddy's?
Yeah.
You
Big
had
Daddy's.
a tremendous steak.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, I
you
know
know
that.
Yeah,
Steak and
very
eggs.
good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
and it's a
Yeah.
good cut of meat at a good price.
It was
Yeah.
so good that Dominic wanted to map it.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
that good.
It
Yeah,
might be on the map, actually.
yeah, be on the map.
You know,
he
I
put
was-
it on the map.
Yeah, there we go.
I was
Wow,
in-
you're like an important guy. You could put
You
things
are.
on the map.
Oh, yeah. I get asked to do all sorts of strange things.
Oh
Yeah.
man, people
well,
try
tell
to
us
slip
what
you.
kind of strange things have you done with
Fake
your
20s.
little,
Fake
with your little
20s.
mapping car?
There is one famous one, which is at Playa Hermosa. If you go
Yeah.
and look at Playa Hermosa on Google Street View, there's something quite funny.
I'm
not
dialing
gonna,
that up
I'm
right
not going to say.
now.
I'm not going to say what it is.
Okay.
But there was a gentleman doing something
Susan
as we
did.
drove down
Oh
to the beach.
no, Dominic, please. Do you ever worry that like you're being tracked? You know, like they're tracking you.
Well, Google definitely track us wherever
They
we
know.
go.
Every minute
Yeah.
of every
We have
day.
an app that they know exactly where we are.
Does that scare you at all about the
No.
future? No.
No, not
Why
really.
not?
Well, your phone follows you around.
Follows you
Yeah.
everywhere.
So
I get an email once a month from Google. It shows me my timeline.
Yeah, and
Every
where you've
place
been.
I've been.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't, check in or go online
Yeah.
or anything, it knows everything.
Is yours like mine, where it's
Scary.
like typically 4 places, and it's just like, man, I'd be easy to
Yeah.
assassinate.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, pretty much.
Is that what you think about? I'd
Well,
be easy to
Isn't
assassinate.
that, Dominic, isn't that why, everybody knows exactly every move the Russians are making in the Ukraine there?
yeah.
I mean, we can just watch them eat lunch,
yeah, exactly.
I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
we don't often talk about politics here or international events. We usually talk about
Fun.
musicians in Boquete, but you know what this has made me think about the Russians' disaster in the Ukraine?
Yeah, what?
They're not a superpower.
Nah.
Why are we worried about Russia?
Nah.
Why are we? They can't even fight a little country like Ukraine. And I am pro Ukraine. Go Ukraine.
Go Ukraine, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
That's a
amazing.
good point.
Yeah,
That's
they're
amazing. They're retreating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're sending people that don't want to go. You
Yeah.
know, have you seen
Old
with
dudes.
old weapons?
Yeah.
With old rusty weapons.
Guy's got a bolt action
Yeah,
rifle from the 1800s.
I know. I mean, these are the people we were scared of.
Did you hear about what the Ukrainians are doing now? They're saying to the Russian troops, okay, if you bring us a tank, we'll give you $1 million
Whoa.
and Ukrainian citizenship.
Oh,
cool.
wow.
And
Clever.
there's a list. So a tank is at the top of it, but
Yeah.
an armored personnel carrier is $200,000.
Right,
Okay.
right.
And everybody, the whole team, will get their
Yeah.
Ukrainian
Hey.
citizenship.
Hey,
I will
That's a
be
sweet
bringing
deal.
you 3 tanks. I have 3 tanks. Please get the check ready. Yeah, no, I see these videos about how like they're just losing, they're retreating, the Russians, and I'm thinking, wow, they're certainly not a superpower, not not anything to be worried about.
And everybody goes, well, yeah, but they still have nukes. And my feeling is they'll go to push a button and there'll just be a
won't
little
work.
a fizzle.
Why is the button not working? I don't understand.
All the good stuff was stolen and sold, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
or it's all rusty, or like their weapons are all rusted over.
Yeah,
and,
nothing works.
Yeah. And the people, you see these videos of the conscripts. They don't want to go.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really want to go. I'm
Yeah.
not a soldier.
No.
I'm not fighter.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
it's kind of like people going into Chris's restaurant. I don't really want to go into Big Daddy's, but I will go anyway.
Nobody's ever said that.
I
No,
know. It's a joke.
However, this
It's
week only, if you
joke.
bring in a Russian tank, you get a free steak.
Free boom boom.
Free boom.
Hey, we
boom.
have chocolate nog.
chocolate nog.
Yeah,
Wow,
for the
wow,
holidays.
wow.
And actually, all 3 of the restaurants we have starting the 15th a gift certificate promo.
Yeah.
Every $20 you buy, you get a free $5 gift certificate.
Wow.
Say that again. Every
Every $20 of gift certificates that
Yeah.
you buy, you get a free $5 gift certificate.
Wow.
So, like, for example, you say, hey, Dominic, I bought you a $100 gift certificate to these restaurants. You get a bonus 25,
Wow.
which you could give to Patrick or use for yourself or maybe
That-
Zuleika.
That's
I don't
great.
know. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Zuleika's,
Nice.
Zuleika, our engineer, is going to be getting a lot of gift certificates. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to be going to
Wow.
Big Daddy's on a regular basis, I think.
Okay.
But Dominic, really fascinating work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We look forward to checking out the what's it called? Earth View? Is it
There's
Street View?
There's Google Street View, there's Google Earth, and Google Maps, and
Oh.
our imagery is on all 3. You'll
And,
find it somewhere.
and
Oh, so-
Dominic,
yeah, go on.
you mentioned you're also a photographer, and
Yeah.
next time you're in Boquete, as president of the Boquete Fotografia Club, I'd like to invite you to do a presentation for the photo club when you're
Yeah,
here
sure.
at
No
some
problem.
point.
No
That'd
problem.
be great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
And as the president of the automobile users who still use paper maps, no,
As the owner of Big Daddy's, are you going to invite me for lunch?
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
we could talk about that.
Yeah, over for lunch.
do you in the United States? I mean, I grew up in a time when we did use paper maps. You'd go into like a gas station and there would be this big rack of maps, and it would be like Eastern United States, Southern United States, or just 3 states, or wherever you were going. Do you remember those days?
Oh, God,
Dominic?
yeah.
Do they have Thomas guides in New York?
Yeah. The books. They're like,
California, you wanted to get anywhere, you had to have a Thomas guide.
Yeah, we had the big map book in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a sales rep for years in the UK.
Oh, wow.
And
cool.
before SatNav, I used to spend half my time lost with fold-out maps. It was, I remember getting the first ever remember the TomTom SatNav, the first one that came out?
Those first
that was
GPS
like mind-blowing.
deals. Yeah.
Absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah. But now you've got them built into your
I remember on the internet the early directions, when you would look for directions and print out the directions, like going somewhere, and sometimes they weren't right. They were take a right here, and you're going down the street, and you're like, this doesn't look at all like where I'm going. So I forgot what programs they were called, but
should we try to get the music lineup one more time?
All right, we only have Dominic. Thank you
2
for
minutes.
stopping by. We only have a couple of minutes, so maybe some highlights on where you can kick off your weekend. Take it away, Chris.
All right, we have 6 p.m. Frank and his crew, Frank Zappa Covers, playing at Mike's Global Grill, 6 o'clock, Friday 4 to 7. We got Marcus and Friends at Casa Vieja, Friday 9. Boquete Brewing Company, Adi and Emmanuel, Saturday, 7:30 six-pack band at Casa Vieja. Saturday, 8 to 11, Grupo Carré, that's Salsa, Tap Out Sports Zone. We have 9 p.m. Arroz Camporoto at the brew with some great people. Saturday at 10, Los Timidos at the Brewing Company again. Sunday, Adi at noon for the Negadri solo. Sunday at 7 p.m. the Cat Band at Segundo Frente. Monday 5 to 7 Uncle Scotty at Mike's. Monday 6 the Manic Jazz at the Rock. Wednesday 4 the Drum Circle Casa Vieja. Thursday 6 that's Thursday 6 the No Name Band. Thursday at 7 karaoke at Segundo Frente. The 19th Cafe Con Leche at Mesa Azul, and the amazing lineup. Check it out on the Facebook page for the Boquete Jazz and Blues Fest.
Yeah, check out the Boquete music calendar. I want to thank our guests today. Thank you, Patrick, and
thank
Chris
you for
always coming for the weekend kickoff.
Thanks, guys.
Mateo Moreno,
thanks.
Boxer, trainer,
Tattooer,
dog groomer, artist, and Dominic. What last name again?
Moran.
Dominic Moran.
Oh, we had
Thanks,
Moreno
Dominic.
and Moran. It's like a dance team.
And I got to give a quick shout out to my lovely bride, Gabrielle, who's in the air right now, but she'll listen to this on YouTube, watch it on YouTube later on. I love you, baby.
Hurry back, Gabrielle. And this is the weekend kickoff with Mike, Patrick, and Chris.
All right.